March 15th, 1897. This is a story of Hogan and the monkey. It is a true story. Joe Hogan is a policeman of the 3rd Precinct. The monkey is on exhibition at number 516 Main Street, a vacant store where a dime museum is holding forth. Over the front of the store is a strip of canvas on which Armenia, the 3-legged girl, is represented in gaudy colors to be doing a triple-legged dance as gracefully as a triped can be expected to dance. The show is run by one Harry Austin and 1 or 2 employees. The public is invited daily, quote, for the small sum of a dime, 10 cents, to come in and see the beautiful 3-legged girl, trained dogs and monkeys, ancient mummies, and other things, unquote. The show never having been inspected by an express representative, it cannot be told here the true extent of the show. But on the authority of Joe Hogan, it can truthfully be stated that there are at least 1 monkey, 1 dog, and 1 alleged mummy on exhibition. Hogan says he saw nothing of the 3-legged girl while he was in the place. Hogan entered the museum while on duty yesterday afternoon. It being Sunday, but a crowd of small boys was looking in the front window at a small pug dog and a wee monkey that had been left to run loose in the building by way of an advertisement for the show. They lingered at the window until after 3:30 o'clock, and as each minute passed, the crowd of youngsters grew. And as it grew, the boys in the rear crowded more eagerly toward the front to get a view of the attraction. Now it happens that there was a large crack in the great plate glass front. All absorbed in the monkey and the dog, the boys did not notice this. The monkey and the pug hopped up on the show ledge just inside of the window, and the mob of lads crowded forward more eagerly than ever. Just then, there was a loud snap, and the lower half of the big window fell, breaking into smithers upon the flagging outside. And then the circus began. The boys thought the animal would escape through the opening, and they began to shout and swarm about the hole. Patrolman Hogan heard them from his post a block away, and he hurried to the scene of the excitement. When he grasped the situation, he realized that the museum property might escape, and that he, as an officer, would be held responsible for it. The dog and the monkey must be put in some secure place. He crawled through the hole in the window and proceeded to catch the animals. This was no slight task. He went for the dog first. The animal scampered away to the back part of the museum, which is separated from the fore part by a blue curtain. The monkey ran with the dog and chattered excitedly while the dog barked defiantly. Hogan crawled under the curtain and nearly butted his brains out against the coffin in which the alleged mummy lay. The show having vanished behind the curtain, the small boys outside ceased their shouting and watched expectantly. A minute or 2 later, the big, brawny bluecoat reappeared with the little pug struggling in his arms. He dropped the animal into a wooden box cage that stood on a counter in the front part of the store. Then Hogan went after the monkey. This was a harder task than catching the dog, for the monkey was much more agile than the dog and not much bigger than a squirrel. When Hogan disappeared under one end of the curtains the second time, the monkey came bounding out from the other end. Hogan dodged back, and the monkey leaped upon the counter and began to scratch his side and watch for fleas with one eye, while he observed the movements of his would-be captor with the other. Hogan thought this was his chance. He approached the counter slowly and cautiously until he got within 2 steps of the spot where the little animal sat. Then, with a leap, he made a grab. The monkey emitted a piercing scream and sprang 6 feet into the air, pirouetting 3 times and landing gracefully on top of the pole that holds the curtain. A chorus of laughter from the young spectators outside made the policeman grit his teeth. He drew his club to poke the monkey from its perch, but the monkey had vanished back of the curtain before his baton touched the curtain pole. When Hogan darted under the curtain, he found the wee animal roosting on top of the coffin, gazing at the mummy. The copper made another leap at it, but again was eluded. Then began a chase up and down the length of the store several times, the monkey refraining from jumping upon anything and seeming to enjoy the pursuit. "Why don't you put some salt on his tail?" yelled a bold bootblack. The crowd took the cue and began to josh the peeler incessantly. "Now you see him, now you don't," chuckled one lad. "Hey, Mike, he's giving you a run for your salary," shouted another. And all the while, they were laughing at the discomfiture of the policeman and the clever dodging of the little fugitive. Hogan's blood was up, and he called the monkey several names that would have made it stand and fight if it were a man. After 10 minutes cavorting, darting, dodging, and springing, the monkey jumped up on the coffin again. The glass broke, and the animal fell through upon the silent inhabitant. Before it could recover from the surprise, Hogan had the monkey by the nape of the neck. He brought it squirming and squealing from behind the curtain, dropped it into the box, then made a dash for the crowd outside the window. The boys scented danger and scrambled away, just as the bootblack finished yelling, "There's another clever capture for you!" Hogan reported the affair to police station number 3, where a brief record was made of it. He said, "Begorra, I didn't have half a hard time of it when I stopped Dr. Black's runaway the other day. That divil of a monkey is quicker than a stroke of lightning, but I put the hooks into him all right when he fell over the ossified man in the coffin. And," he added proudly, "I made the capture without using me stick."